let's talk about the miles before the miracles. Hello, I'm Eddie Lawrence, and here's today's devotional thought. In Matthew chapter 3, we have the occasion where Jesus is baptized by John. In verse 11 it says, Jesus came from Galilee to John at the Jordan to be baptized by him. And I just thought for a moment about that. He came from Galilee to Jordan, looked up and did some word studies there. It means he came with a purpose and intention in his heart to John. You see, God had connected John the Baptist and Jesus. They were connected by their bloodlines. They were cousins. But also, in God's kingdom purposes, John was the forerunner, the prophet that goes before the Messiah, and Jesus obviously was the Messiah. So what we see here is he came from Galilee to John. He needed to connect with John. And there's so much to this, but just want to focus on this part about the miles before the miracles. You see, when Jesus was baptized by John, after that, the heavens opened. He went into the wilderness, and then he came back to Nazareth, and that's when the fireworks started, all the miracles in his ministry. But he came from Galilee to John at the Jordan. You know, if you do some research there, you'll find out that's at least a 60-mile journey. And so we see here that your journey, the miles you put in to be able to get to where God wants you to be, to meet with who God wants you to meet with, to do what God wants you to do, all of that's involved and precedes the heavens opening and the fireworks starting, the kingdom power flowing. The miles before the miracles. And a lot of times we don't see that. You may be somewhere where something, boom, happens that God does. And what you don't see is the years of praying, the years of laboring, the years of preparing, the training, the trips, the journeys that was required to position things to happen that actually happened. And God's working behind the scenes. And sometimes He'll require you to take that journey, to take that trip. There'll be some sacrifice involved. You may think, well, surely there's a faster way or better way. I can get there sooner. But God's way is always the best way. And we need to remember that usually when you see the miracles happening, there's some mileage that has occurred to get things together in the place for those things to happen. The miles before the miracles. Count the cost, commit yourself to paying the price, and go with God, do what He tells you to do, go where He tells you to go, connect with whom you're supposed to connect with. God bless you. Have a great day.